to this week's Movie Math, giving you an in-depth analysis of the box office for the weekend of August 5th, when Apes indeed ruled. Yes, while Hollywood loves to talk down to audiences, hopefully they'll notice that it was an intellectual sci-fi flick that was the surprise hit of the summer. Rise of the Planet of the Apes opened at number 1 with $54.8 million, $20 million more than the industry was expecting. 20th Century Fox, often trash-talked by fanboys for making movies on the cheap and cutting corners on the creative side, deserves some respect for resurrecting a franchise that hasn't turned out a movie for 10 years. While that 2001 remake boasted a better open, it was poorly received by critics and audiences and just barely made its money back. However, Rise of the Planet of the Apes has great reviews and word of mouth, plus little competition for the entire month of August. In fact, I personally think it's the best movie of the year so far, and an excellent reminder that when you decide to make another species super smart, maybe you should choose one without thumbs. Like maybe cows. We could totally beat cows in a war. And this boffo box office is also great news for James Franco, Frida Pinto, and Andy Serkis, who will see their price tags go up as well as rise a few pegs on Hollywood's hot list. This couldn't have come at a better time for Franco, and there's actually some awards buzz for Serkis' motion capture performance. He was passed over for Gollum, not even receiving a single major nomination. Next up, Cowboys and Aliens and the Smurfs went for round 2 at the box office, and this time the little blue guys were victorious. Sporting a 41% drop to Cowboys and Aliens' 57% drop, the Smurfs are up to $76 million, while Craig and Ford are up to only $67 million. So while the Smurfs are falling behind the Chipmunks in just week 2, at least they have publicity on their side, which should help in the DVD market down the road. Fourth place saw the debut of The Change-Up with a pitiful $13.5 million. That's almost half of what the industry was projecting, and bad news for Ryan Reynolds, Jason Bateman, and Olivia Wilde. While Reynolds was all the rage last summer, this summer both of his movies have bombed. Same for Wilde, who, despite her it girl status, has yet to appear in a hit movie. As for Bateman, he's back to his usual low man at the box office status, which, considering Jason Sudeikis enjoys a similar box office reputation, must mean that Charlie Day is the winning factor in Horrible Bosses. While he might have recently inked a very lucrative deal with FX regarding It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it looks like Day will be following Carol from the TV to the silver screen. As for the rest of the box office, Captain America fell another 49% from last weekend, but has caught back up with Thor. The two films are now back to running neck and neck, and while neither one is an Iron Man film, they're certainly laying a solid foundation for next year's The Avengers. Meanwhile, Crazy Stupid Love held relatively steady with just a 37% drop. However, Horrible Bosses enjoyed that same drop, yet that movie is in its 5th week of release, not 2nd. And Crazy Stupid Love is unlikely to ever catch up. As for this weekend, Hollywood's end of summer sale kicks off with a very crowded frame. The Help hits theaters today, while 30 Minutes or Less, Final Destination 5, and Glee 3D concert movie all hit theaters on Friday. The industries are predicting 14, 16, 22, and 8 million openings respectively. And that's the box office roundup. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching.